Hi there, this is Daniel back again with another YouTube video. This time I'm gonna show you my most recent Instocktrades purchase. Because I've got a package. Already opened it. There's a lot of packing peanuts here. I've got the books right here beside me. There are 3 trade paperbacks from DC and Marvel, some hardcovers from DC and Marvel and Dark Horse, and some omnibuses as well. So let's begin with the trades as I usually do, and then progress with the hardcovers, and then end it with the omnibuses. So first off, I have a trade paperback called Black Widow by Edmondson. I think his name is Nathan Edmondson, and the artist is Phil Noto. Honestly, I do not know much about Black Widow, and I felt that the Marvel Now relaunch of the series would be a good stepping off point. And the artwork by Phil Noto is just phenomenal to me. And I hear good things about this series. And there's a total of 3 paperbacks with this creative team, and then it relaunched with all different Marvel universe. So I'm hoping that this will be more of a like the Matt Fraction, David Aja, Hawkeye run they did. So this might be somewhat in that vein of storyline, more down-to-earth story on her basically downtime between Avengers missions and stuff. Next I have a trade by DC. Most of you who have seen my earlier videos, I've been on and on about my newfound or recent love of a character called Wonder Woman, and I loved Brian Azzarello's run on the character with art by Cliff Chiang. Now it's the Finches, Meredith Finch on story and David Finch on art, and this continues right after the end of Brian Azzarello's run. And I think this follows the Convergence storyline. I have no idea what that was about, but I don't know if I need to read that before this. I'm not that well invested into the different events that either company puts out there. But this collects issues 36 to 40. So it's gonna be a nice little read for the future. Next I have another Wonder Woman title, a trade by Greg Rucka, and it's the volume number 1 of his run. This collects issues 195 to 205, and the story Wonder Woman the Hiketea. And there are different artists involved in this book, and I just want more Wonder Woman to see if I like it. The only other Wonder Woman run I've read, or other Wonder Woman story I've read, is Grant Morrison's run on the character, Wonder Woman Earth 1. I really did like it. Grant Morrison and Yannick Paquette worked on this one. I did like it, and that helped me decide I wanted to invest more into that character. So after this Greg Rucka one, I'll probably keep picking up the story if I like it, or I might try something else. There are original graphic novels as well, and other Wonder Woman material being released later next year, I think. This next title is by Jeff Lemire and art by Andy McDonald. I really did like the first volume in this run by Lemire and Terry Dodson and Rachel Dodson. And of course I'm talking about Teen Titans Earth 1. I really do like these Earth 1 stories. It's a good way to get into a character, and it's an original graphic novel and a continuation of the earlier stories from the creative team I mentioned before. And yeah, I really do like these. I'm hoping to see more Earth 1 stories about other characters like Green Lantern, The Flash, maybe even Green Arrow and other characters, maybe some minor characters as well. So hopefully we'll see more from this line of books as well. The next book I have is by Marvel, and it's a Spider-Man story. And Marvel has this line of books they call them Marvel OGN, like original graphic novels. And this one is Family Business by Mark Waid and James Robinson. It's a one and done story, a bit of a thin story, but the artwork in this one is just awesome. Here's a snippet or a sample for you guys to see. To me, I saw someone pick it up. I think it was Bavarian Reviews, and when she showed the camera the artwork in this book, I need to look into this. And to me, this might be just like the Marvel the DC Earth 1 stories. Like original graphic novels, a good way to get into a character you know next to nothing about, and yeah, hopefully it's gonna be a fun, interesting story as well. Next I have another Marvel story, and it's yet another Marvel original graphic novel story, and this one, it's Avengers Endless Wartime. It's written by Warren Ellis, and the art is by Mike McCone. And the reason I got this is basically the same as before, as the Spider-Man one. The artwork looks typical Marvel, I would say, but hopefully the story will be quite interesting. So here's what I mean by typical Marvel. But it's a thin story, it's going to be a quick read, and there are a lot more books in this line of books, so I might be picking those up as well. Like there's an X-Men one, there's a Thanos one, or 3 Thanos ones, another Avengers story, so there's a lot of books to pick from. So Marvel original graphic novel, this one Avengers Endless Wartime. Hopefully it's gonna be a good story. Next I have a oversized hardcover by Dark Horse, and to me Dark Horse is one of the best publishers in publishing high quality books, just by the build quality. And to me, I heard great things about the story in this book, and the books following it. And I have seen it on several bookshelves and on bookshelf tours, and people always basically stop at this book and say how good it is. So it's highly recommended to everyone, by everyone basically. And it's Black Sad. It's a crime noir story, I think, but with anthropomorphic characters, which is basically animals made to look like humans, or humans with animal traits. And the artworks is phenomenal. It looks really, really interesting. A bit cartoonish, but I really do like it, and the build quality of the actual book is fantastic. Here's an example. It's a sewn binding and it looks fantastic. Happy to have it, and I'll most likely will pick up the other two books, Black Sad, Silent Sea, or I think it is, and Amarillo. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys about the creative team for Black Sad. It's Juan Diaz Canales and Juanjo Guarnido. I'm butchering names, but hey, I'm not used to speaking Spanish or pronouncing Spanish names. Sorry about that. Next I have this omnibus by a indie company. It's by Abstract Studios, I think, and it's Terry Moore's Rachel Rising. I know next to nothing about the character in this book. I know it's somewhat of a supernatural story, or I think it is. I bought it purely on recommendation by a friend of mine, Matthias, and I bought it on recommendation from Res Reads. She bought this in trade paperback form, this exact book, but not in hardcover. Basically this thick, all the 7 trades bundled into one, but with a red cover instead of green. I decided to go for the hardcover version, and I'm lucky enough to been able to pick it up. Couldn't find it during the summer, but eventually it went back in stock at Instocktrades, so finally I have it. So this last book is another omnibus. This one is basically a replacement for another omnibus I decided to pick up, the Hawkeye omnibus by Fraction and Asha. That went out of stock after I picked it into my cart and paid for it, but they were nice enough to switch it for another one, and this time I picked the Sleeper omnibus from Vertigo by one of my favorite creative teams, Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. I've been eyeing this omnibus for a while now, and I figured this was as good of a time as any to actually pick it up. This one collects issues 1 to 24 plus some one introduction issue I think, and one epilogue issue I think. So it collects the entire series. I think it's some sort of a mix between spy, noir and superpowers. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't looked into it too much. I want to be surprised when I read it, but it has to be good when it's this creative team. It's one of my favorite creative teams, so if it's got their names, I'm buying it. So that's it. That's the books I picked up this time. There's gonna be lots of more hauls to come, but this will be it for now. Hopefully some of these might pique your interest. If they do, please leave a comment down below. If you have any questions about the books I picked up, or if you, as I said, want to know more about them, if you want to see more about them like in a review or in an overview type video, just leave a comment down below. If you have any suggestions of books for me to pick up, comment down below. So thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you back here in another video. Bye bye.